Hello everyone, today we're taking a dive into the Spiel Jahres history. With Dorfromantik recently winning it this year, I thought let's dive into the previous winners and try and pick out, for me, what is the Spiel Jahres top 5. Now, Spiel Jahres is traditionally a family style game award, even though this one is sort of family weight plus. It's the likes of Catan, etc. So I'm going to look at this not from necessarily what's the best game in my opinion, but what fits it really well and is also a fantastic game. Now, without further ado, let's kick off the top 5. My number 5 is probably going to be higher on a number of people's lists, but it won so many awards, and kind of justifiably so, it won the Spiel Jahres, because Just One is a fantastic party game that should be in almost everyone's collection. The game is super simple. I take a word card, I say a number between 1 and 5 to indicate which word on the card to everyone else, and they're going to be giving me a one-word clue. Just one. Here's the twist. They are all writing them, they compare, if anyone has written a duplicate, those duplicates are rubbed off of their boards, so when they turn them round for me to see, oh, there's 6 of you, but I've only got 3 clues. Hang on a minute, did you 3 write the same word? That's not very helpful, and now I've got a much harder way to guess. The brilliance of Just One is the fact that you never quite know, do I go obvious, do I go super vague, and do I go for a word that it's like, once you've worked it out, this is going to make so much sense, but it might not help you get there. Do you know what the others around the table are going to write? Oh, that person's writing really quickly. Maybe they've thought the same thing I did. It's a brilliant, fun game, and while you can use it to start off a night while you're waiting for others or end a game night, more often now than not, you start playing it and you just keep going for a lot longer, and that's Just One. My number 4 is on the list, even though some people don't quite class it as a game, they say it's more of an experience, but I just think it's so unique of a twist on a Where's Wally, and that is MicroMacro Crime City, or the subsequent ones. To the extent that I recently actually picked this on my Best of the Month series, which you should check out because there's loads of other creators on that picking so many other games. But back to this one in particular, MicroMacro is a fantastic twist on Where's Wally. It's this huge map that's placed in front of you and the other players. That's not a snapshot in time, it's a snapshot in times. So you can follow this person as they've gone about their day. This person's gone from their house, they've got in their car, they've driven over here, they've bought some guns. Oh dear. Then they've got on the underground and they've popped up here, and there's then a dead body. And you've got to sort of trace them, answer these questions, and they sort of give you clues. Oh, where did they go next? So you have to follow them. What did they do? What store did they venture to? And maybe who was the actual killer in some cases, and different things like that. It's just a really cool twist on that Where's Wally that gives it a bit of a puzzle, and while I'd say you probably only want to play it with like 2 people at once, it's a lot of fun to work together to solve these sort of mini mysteries. And some of them are like 3-4 cards long of find this, find this. The latter ones, you've got to use your brain a little bit more. And it's just so different, and I think while it's maybe not the most family friendly, it's certainly a unique experience, and that should be commended. That's MicroMacro Crime City. My number 3 is from the 2017 winner, and that is King Domino. This has started a whole series of games, so that normally tells you, A, it's won some awards, or it's at least sold well. Now, I don't think Queen Domino was as good. It added too much to what was a basic but brilliant formula. It's like dominoes. Each tile has two ends, but instead of boring numbers, they're like, this is the water area, this is trees, this is field, this is like an underground rock cave area. And you're trying to build these areas out because some have crowns on, and the points are the number of crowns an area has times by the size of the area. You can make huge fields and then realise it's not scoring you any points. You can create massive bits of water that score huge points. It's just a really simple game to play, simple game to teach, and that's what I think the Spiel Jahres is all about. It's not for those huge, big, thinky, but awesome games. It's about those ones that are super quick to get to the table, and this is just bright, vibrant tiles and a cool tile placement game with an interesting choosing mechanic that basically means the better tile you take, the later in the next round you'll be choosing from the market. I really like that. Super simple to get to the table, play, pack away and move on, or just play a few games of back to back, and that's King Domino. My number 2 for pure family fun and chaos, the Spiel Jahres winner Colt Express is my number 2, just simply because of the hilarious things and stories that it creates. Whether it was that one player that tried to accidentally jump off the back of the train because they'd played the wrong card and really didn't want to go that way, whether they'd shot the wrong person, wrong being sort of subjective, they were trying to shoot you, but you'd managed to just duck down into the train and they were having to shoot who they thought was the person they were semi-working with, though there are no teams, at least not in the base Colt Express. There are if you get some expansions. But it's just absolute chaos as you're trying to rob the team. It's what you want from a family sort of fun day game. And it's always exciting when it gets to the table, not just because of the 3D cardboard train down the middle, but because you know it's going to be a lot of fun as you're grabbing loot, shooting at each other and trying to dodge that pesky sheriff. And that's Colt Express. Now for my number 1. Now you might think I would pick Ticket to Ride, and I nearly did, but I thought, well, no. I prefer Ticket to Ride Europe, which wasn't the Spiel Jahres winner. It was the original Ticket to Ride, and therefore it's not on my list. Let's say that's an honourable mention. But my number 1, it has to be Carcassonne. I'm a huge lover of tile placement games, and Carcassonne is that at its purest form, even after you've thrown in expansions that add in things that aren't necessarily always tiles. Because you can get ones with little ferries on, or towers. Not too keen on that. You can get stuff where you have to roll a dice to see how far your kite takes you. But the basic Carcassonne, where you're just building out, I say basic, you've got to have a river in there, because that then makes the board start off a bit different. Board, because it's tiles. You're trying to ninja in on other people's cities. You're trying to choose when is the right time to put my farmer down. Oh no, I was just about to and they've decided to take that area. Okay, how can I ninja in? Because that's going to be a big point scoring farmer otherwise. And I kind of need to get in there. And then you've got the sort of more family part where everyone's building these nice long roads and big cities individually. They're not stealing stuff off other players. But that's what I mean by Spiel Jahres. It's that simple to teach and fun to play game, but this one does have that little edge that just makes it that extra bit interesting. And it doesn't hurt that every year at Spiel they normally release a special tile for Spiel. That's quite a tongue twizzler there. And I've got a number of those. I've got 3 or 4 of those tiles in my sort of big box of Carcassonne. And it just makes it so much fun to play. And it was, well, it deserved the Spiel Jahres award in my opinion. There's so many other great ones though that have won the award over the years. Dixit, Cascadia and many more. Let me know in the comment section below what would you choose out of all of them to have been your favourite Spiel Jahres winner. Even if it's Dorfromantik, the brand new one, the brand new winner? Let me know in the comment section below. Are you excited for Spiel? Keep tongue twisting on anything when I have to say that word. And until then, have a brilliant day gaming.